Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Sassy, and today I'll be showing you how to beat the Easter egg in the Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies map, Leviathan. I already have a video on how to build Poseidon's Wrath and how to build the shield, so go check that out if you're interested. And now without further ado, let's get into it. First thing you'll want to do is turn on power. If you head down the right path from spawn and straight through the outside area where stamina up is, power will be found in the small room with the staircase. Next, you'll need to collect 3 items: the Vril device, Poseidon's Eye, and the rainbow uranium. To get the Vril device, you will first need to obtain the 1-inch punch. The first thing you'll want to do is wait until the jumping jacks round. Killing them all will cause them to drop a key. If you kill them all without missing a shot, they will also drop a free perk. Take this key to the office in the labs where a mule kick is, and use the key on the desk. Then pick up the skull from the drawer. Then head to the temple found in the biodome and place the skull in the center of the room. You will now need to fill it with souls. Once this is done, interact with the skull to open up a portal. Taking the portal will teleport you to your first boss fight, so make sure you're ready. Once inside, throw grenades at the 4 statues in the 4 corners of the room. This will release the orange orb hovering above each statue. Then interact with the pillar in the center of the room. Doing this will destroy the ground beneath you, and you will now need to defeat the diver. There are 3 phases of the boss fight. First phase, he chases after you. All you have to do is shoot him until he jumps to the center of the arena. He will start charging up an attack. You'll want to hide behind a pillar because this attack will insta-kill you. After this attack, jumping jacks will spawn. Kill them and the phases will start over. Complete the first phase a total of 3 times to defeat him. After defeating the diver, you can pick up the 1-inch punch from the center of the room. Then head to the office in the labs where you found the skull head and punch the painting with the 1-inch punch. This will open up a safe behind the painting and you can pick up the Vril device. For Poseidon's Eye, you will need to free the scientist in the lab. First, you will need to interact with the metal door in the lab. Once this is done, the computers in the submarine launch facility will turn on and numbers will appear on the screen. The numbers tell you which button to hit in which order. If you label each computer as A, B, C, D, then the buttons are labeled as follows. Starting on the wall with the 2 buttons and moving clockwise around the room, we have C, A, B, and D. Hit the buttons in the number order that appear on the screen. So for me, my computer screen said 1, 4, 2, 3, which means I need to first hit A, then C, then D, and lastly B. Once you hit the buttons in the correct order, you will now be able to play Simon Says on the PC. Completing Simon Says will give you a code that you will need to input into the keypad at Pack-a-Punch. This will open up the cockpit, and you can pick up the valve from the seat. You'll now need to place valves in 5 different locations around the map. Make sure to spin the valves after you've placed them. The 5 locations are the submarine launch facility, the tunnel near Stamina Up, the room next to spawn where the build table is. If you take the door to the left of Quick Revive, it will be to the right as you enter that room. In the cafeteria opposite of the box location, and in the room next to where the backup power switch is. Once you've placed all 5 valves down and turned them, head back to the cryo chamber room and find the 5 colored tubes. If all of the valves were turned, there should be 5 numbers beneath the 5 different colors. If you're missing a number, then it's possible you just didn't turn the valve. The numbers and colors of the valves you just placed down will tell you the order of the code. This order is always the same. Green will be first, blue is second, red is third, white is fourth, and yellow is fifth. These numbers below the colors will give you the pressure readings you'll need. So in this game, I will enter the pressure readings from left to right as 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. Once you have the pressure readings, head to the area right outside the biodome that contains 5 valves. You will first need to place down a valve on the pipe that is missing one before you're able to turn any of the valves. Once you've done this, turn the valves until you get the correct reading under the correct number. You will know you have entered the correct readings when steam begins to come out of the pipes. Now head back to the labs and place the valve on the pipe next to the metal door with the scientist. Turning the valve will open the door for him. You will now need to escort the scientist. Make sure you stay close to him in order to keep him moving. If he ends up getting hit too many times, you will need to revive him. Follow him until he leads you to the room with PhD Flopper. He will open up a door containing Poseidon's Eye. Picks him up. This crystal can also be used to upgrade the harpoon gun. If you head back to the build table in the labs, you can upgrade it to the crystallized harpoon gun. For the rainbow uranium, you will need to first interact with the button for the cryo chamber found in the room with double tap. You will then need to grab the hacker from the lab and hack the 4 panels surrounding the man in the cryotube. The hacker is found in the labs in one of the following 7 locations. If you enter from the area with speed cola, there's one possible location directly to your right. From there, head down the hall and it'll be the first computer station you see on your left. Then when you reach the shotgun wall by, turn left and head to the room on the right. The next possible location will be on the computer to the right of the mystery box spawn. Turn 180 degrees from the mystery box and head out into the hall. Turn right, and the next possible location is on the cart at the end of that hall. If you head back to the mystery box and turn 90 degrees to the left, the next possible location is straight ahead on the computer in the hall. Then the last 2 locations are near the metal door with the scientist. One is to the right of the door on the crates, and the other is found on the computer in the hall between the metal door and the office. I also recommend having the shark mask as it will allow you to use the hacker underwater. I'll be creating a video on how to get all the masks in the game, so go check that out if you need help. Once you've picked up the hacker, head back to the cryo chamber and hack one of the 4 panels. This will cause a random panel around the map to start flashing and beeping. Find the panel and press the button. The panels are found in the submarine launch facility, in the outside area near PhD Flopper. If you buy the door leading to the power from Stamina, there will be one on the wall to the right. One is right outside the locker room near spawn. One is in the room next to the cafeteria. One is right outside the biodome across from the 5 valves. And one is in the labs in the office with Mule Kick. Once you've pressed the button on the panel, return to the cryo chamber room and hack another one of the panels. You will need to do this for each of the 4 panels surrounding the man in the cryotube. Once you've hacked the 4 panels, head back to the cryo chamber and step close enough to get the man to talk. You will now need to blow up the second submarine. To do this, press the button found in the floor below the second power room to release the mines. Then head outside and find one of the mines. Wait for the submarine to appear and shoot the mine when it is right over it. This will cause the submarine to crash right outside the room from PhD Flopper. Pick up the uranium next to it. You will now need to bring the uranium back to the cryo chamber and place it in the tube. However, if it is exposed to air for too long, it will explode, so I recommend having Tunnel 11, the biodome, and the submarine launch facility all excavated. If you need any of these excavated, you can enter the following codes in the keypad at Pack-a-Punch. 2473 for Tunnel 11, 0743 for the submarine launch facility, and 0439 for the biodome. You can remove an excavator by going to spawn and hacking one of the 3 panels. Facing Quick Revive, the panel for Tunnel 11 is on the left, the biodome is in the center, and the submarine launch facility is on the right. The path that I like to take to the cryo chamber is from the uranium, head up the stairs to the cafeteria, take the door to your right from there, which leads to Tunnel 11, go straight down the hall and outside. Then take the door to the right that leads to the biodome. Then from there you'll exit the other door and turn left and take the door to the submarine launch facility. Then take the door to the right that leads to the cryo chamber and go straight to the cryo chamber and insert the uranium in the tube. Don't worry if the uranium explodes, you can just pick up another one and start over. Once you've successfully brought the uranium to the cryo chamber, you will now need to collect souls to upgrade the uranium. To do this, head to the soul collecting chamber found in the outside area with Speed Cola and press the button to start collecting souls. This will also cause a lockdown on the platform. Once you've successfully collected enough souls, the area will open up and you will need to hit the button again. This will spawn the upgraded uranium and a max ammo. The power around the map is now turned off. In order to turn backup power on, you will need to perform 3 more lockdowns in 3 different locations. One is in the lab, near the table where you can upgrade the harpoon gun. One is in the circular room right next to the cafeteria, and one is in spawn. For each of these lockdowns, you will need to successfully defend each panel. If you fail a lockdown, you will have to complete the current round before you can restart the lockdown. Once you've successfully defended each panel, head to the backup power room, this is the room with the wall of TV screens, and pull the power switch. If you can't turn on power, that means you've failed one or more of the lockdowns and you'll need to repeat them. Once you've picked up each of the items you need, the Vril device, the rainbow uranium, and Poseidon's eye, You will now need to find the sheds with the flashing lights that are making noise and throw QEDs at them. These are located outside the map in the following locations. The Poseidon's Eye shed is found directly outside of power. If you head up the stairs from power, it'll be straight ahead. The Vril device shed is found right outside the backup power room, right off the platform with the jump pads. And the Rainbow Uranium shed is found in the area with Speed Cola to the left of the Soul Generator. If one of the sheds aren't open for you, that means you haven't picked up one of the 3 items. If the Soul Generator shed isn't opened and you have the Rainbow Uranium, make sure you've talked to the man in the cryo chamber to open up this shed. If you need QEDs, you can find them either from the mystery box, or you can get one by placing the code 9355 into the keypad at Pack-a-Punch. Once you've thrown all 3 QEDs in the sheds, head back to the cryo chamber and place the Vril device, Poseidon's Eye, and the Rainbow Uranium on the machine at the cryo chamber. You will now need to throw a Gersh device at the cryo chamber. You can either obtain a Gersh from the box, or you can hack the computer at backup power. Hacking the computer will turn it into a soul box, and filling it with enough souls will give you a code that you can input into the keypad at Pack-a-Punch to obtain the Gershes. Throwing a Gersh at the man in the cryo chamber will make him disappear, and you will be rewarded with permaperk. Don't forget to also pick up the Vril device again. Once you're ready for the boss fight, head to the room with the submarine and hit the panel. I recommend having the God Mask for this fight. The God Mask is really easy to obtain. All you need to do is to have all players complete all 3 of their challenges. If you don't like one of the challenges, you can hack the challenge for 1500 points. Once all challenges are complete, you can pick up the God Mask in the Mask Room. The God Mask adds +1 hit from all enemies, increased sprint duration, players do +50% more damage to all enemies, and receive 30% less damage from all enemies. I also recommend having one player having the upgraded crystal harpoon gun, and another player having the pack-punched crossbow. The packed crossbow acts like monkey bombs and was incredibly useful for us. I also recommend all players having Gershes. There are 3 phases to the boss fight. The first phase is to just shoot the boss while avoiding zombies and multiple attacks from the boss. He shoots attacks from his tentacles that will slow you down and disorient you. He shoots an orange laser beam from his head, setting you on fire. He can crash his tentacles onto the boat deck. And he also performs an insta-kill attack. For this one, you'll want to hide behind the crates in the center of the deck. Halfway through the phase, he will switch to the other side of the boat. The second phase, you will have to defeat the diver. He takes a lot of damage to defeat, so make sure you have a gun with plenty of ammo. The third phase is similar to the first. You'll need to avoid zombies and multiple attack from the boss. Again, halfway through the fight, he switches sides. Completing each phase will award you with a max ammo. And that's it! I'll be making more Easter egg guides in the future, so subscribe if you're interested, leave me a comment if you have any questions, and don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!